Alright, what's up everyone? I hope you can see me and hear me well. I'm kind of right next to the ocean right now, but we're in beautiful St. Augustine today, and I was hoping to come out here and the sun rises over the ocean over here in the morning, and I was hoping to come out here and just get a little video of the sunrise for you guys before I explore the city. And I was thinking, I don't know why, I was thinking, oh, if I go that early, like no one's gonna be out there. But it's actually like there's so many people here. I guess for the sunrise, or I don't know. People like to wake up early around here. I've heard from some of the locals that this city kind of never sleeps, and I can see why now. Because even at night, like some people, they party till like 3-4 in the morning, or stuff like that. And in the morning, you know, a lot of people are awake on the beach, going on runs, going on walks. But yeah, when the sun rises, I'll make sure I get a video for you guys, and yeah, then we'll get to explore in the city. Alright, you guys, so unfortunately we didn't get much of a sunrise today because of the cloud coverage right over here, but still a nice looking scenery. But I'm gonna head over to downtown now and film a little bit of the downtown area just so you guys can see it. And yeah, let's go. Alright guys, so I'm driving over to the downtown area right now, which is probably about like 3 or 4 miles from St. Augustine Beach. And yeah, we didn't get a chance to catch the sunrise, I guess, which is okay. Sometimes there's clouds blocking it and stuff. You know what was actually unfortunate is that I have to use the bathroom right now, like pretty bad. I drank too much water. Well, I guess I didn't drink too much. I just don't have a place to go to the bathroom. But the stupid public bathroom over there was locked. So it's like, what's the point of having a bathroom if you guys are gonna lock it? Anyways. And like, alright, so there's 1,000 people on the beach, and I guess the guy that unlocks the bathroom doesn't want to wake up, but the rest of the city is awake. But anyways, enough complaining for me. I'm gonna head over to downtown right now and find a place to use the bathroom, and then we'll get to exploring the city. Let's go. Alright guys, so as I was about to park, I literally just looked over to my left, and over the inlet that comes from the ocean towards St. Augustine, I actually saw a little bit of the sunrise, luckily. So we got a little something for you guys. Nice little shot over there. But now I'm going to the spot where I am going to park, and then I'm gonna get out and do some walking and, you know, show you guys some local landmarks. So let's get to it. Alright you guys, so I just parked my car and I started walking, and I came past this old war cemetery right here. I've seen some newer headstones when I was looking at it. But there's also some really old headstones in there, and yeah, this is right outside of downtown on the island. But just some nice war headstones. It looks beautiful, honestly, the way they set it up. What are you guys doing? But yeah, I'm gonna start walking towards downtown right now. Over where I'm about to walk to right now is actually the oldest house in the United States. So that's the first spot I'm gonna show you guys. And yeah, it's not the most interesting looking house, but it is the oldest, so gotta show it to you anyways. So let's go do it. All right, you guys, so right behind me is the oldest house in the United States. We're gonna walk over here and see when it was built. As you can see, it's not the most interesting looking house in the world, but just to prove it, there's a sign. It says the oldest house. And let's see when this bad boy was built. (1702). Honestly, I expected it to be a little older, but I guess there was some older ones that were before it, but I guess they must not still be standing. So yeah, we're at the oldest house in America. Pretty cool. Let's get a look around. Nice old windows. Very inviting looking front door there. And yeah, like I said, I was hoping, when I heard about it, I was hoping it was gonna look more like a Hobbit house from Lord of the Rings, but it's a pretty standard looking house, 2 stories as well. But yeah, pretty cool. So I guess if you guys want to check out the place, it is a museum now, and they are open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So anyways, we're just gonna keep exploring this way. I know there's something special about this house as well, so check it out. Tovar House. But yeah, anyways, guys, we're just gonna keep walking through these streets right here, head over towards downtown. The streets are super narrow because the city wasn't really built for cars. It's built more for walking, horse and carriage type thing from way back in the day, so before cars even existed. But yeah, wow, look at this tree right here. But anyways, as you can see, it's like old Spanish colonial architecture. Extremely beautiful. Holy shit, that's a lot of bees. Oh fuck. I don't know where they came from. But yeah, I don't know how much it would cost to buy a house on the island here. Like one of these old Spanish houses, but I can imagine it's probably a lot of problems with them, stuff like that, unless it's completely renovated. But anyways, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful out here. just if you're trying to go on a walk or a run. I mean, this city is amazing. If you ever played the game RuneScape, I used to play RuneScape all the time back in the day. But this city actually reminds me of that game. It has like a medieval vibe almost, you know what I mean? And when you're walking through it, it feels like Disney World. Like it feels like a movie set that was like set up, but it's actually real. So it's very interesting. So we made it over to these old brick roads back here. You can actually drive through here, although it's extremely thin. But yeah, I guess some people live in these houses up here, maybe some businesses, but very cool spot. Very nice in the morning. That's kind of why I came out here, because at this time, because it is extremely hot in Florida in the summer during the day. And there's a lot less people out here in the morning as well. So I recommend coming out in the morning, but just one pro tip for coming to Florida is definitely bring an umbrella, not only for all the rain that could happen, but just the, you know, deathly rays from the sun during the day. Because it's not like, I come from Detroit, and hang on, let me just get a shot of this real quick. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I come from Detroit, and in the summer you can kind of go out during the day and you won't really get burned. But down here it's not like that. You go out for like 30 minutes and you're already getting burned. So make sure you bring an umbrella, especially in the summer during the day. I think something has to do with the heat. Causes rain to happen pretty much almost every day, so it's kind of unfortunate. It's a little the opposite of living in the north. In the north, everyone loves the summer, but in Florida, like it's pretty taxing to be out during the day. But yeah, let's keep exploring. How you doing? Good morning.
Somebody lost a fish.
Oh, that's where all those bugs are coming from.
Or something new different every day.
Yeah.
Being a church these days is just downright interesting.
Yeah, yeah. You have a nice day.
I hope you have a terrific day.
Thank you. Appreciate it, sir. So there's a bunch of shops along this main street over here. They're not open right now because I came out here super early, but I mean, these buildings are just amazing, guys. Look at these buildings. I don't know if they can use those balconies, but absolutely beautiful buildings out here. Behind me right here is St. Augustine City Hall and the Lightner Museum. I believe that the sign said that it was built in 1948. Amazing architecture. And then right on the other side of the street over there, behind this tree, is Flagler College. So I'm gonna walk over there and get a quick view of the building for you guys. So I've never actually been in this courtyard right here, but I guess it's open, so we're gonna go in. I mean, this place is absolutely fascinating, guys. Imagine having a house like this. Nice fountain up here. This is Ponce de Leon. So I guess this is as far as we're able to go in here right now. And I didn't actually think I'd be able to get this deep into the building, but I mean, this place is absolutely amazing. Look at the paintings up there. Let's just zoom in for you guys. One right there, and then another up there. The architecture is just next level in here, guys. Absolutely next level. I mean, look at the carvings on the totem poles, or whatever you call them. Columns, I meant. Not totem pole, but you guys get what I mean. And then the art on the ceiling is just absolutely amazing. One of the most beautiful buildings I've been in myself, for sure. I mean, for a college campus, like, you can't ask for anything more. This is amazing. And then the tile work on the ground too. I honestly don't even know if I'm supposed to be in here right now, but the staff are walking past me and they don't seem to mind, so guess we're good to go, guys. But yeah, it's actually surprising, I still haven't gone to the bathroom yet. So I'm gonna try to find a bathroom, and then I'm gonna continue up towards St. George Street, which is the most popular street to walk down in St. Augustine. There's a bunch of shops. I actually posted a video walking all the way through St. George Street, if you guys want to check that out, but I'm gonna head over there next after I find a bathroom. So yeah, guys, that was pretty awesome. I honestly didn't expect to be able to just walk in like that. Kind of figured it was like a museum type thing where they close it, but the staff was super nice. They let me use their bathrooms. I didn't want to film in there because there was someone else in there, but the bathrooms were super nice, all marble. They had like these little gold handles on the sink. It was amazing. So shout out to Flagler College. But yeah, we are going to head over. Sorry, I'll wait till this truck passes. But we are going to head over to St. George Street right now and check out these palm trees out of Flagler College, guys. Take a look at that. I mean, this place is absolutely beautiful. If I was a college kid, I would not mind going to school here. I mean, I don't know how much they like it, but from what I've seen, it's beautiful. You know, almost ancient at this point, downtown, and antique buildings like that. I mean, living here every day would be nice, I'll tell you what. But yeah, I'll see you guys over at St. George Street. Alright, you guys, so we made it over to St. George Street in the heart of downtown. They're kind of cleaning the street right over here with a pressure washer, I think. So I'm just gonna walk through that. But as you can see, it's a pretty historic street. You can't drive down it. If you want to see the entire street, I have that on my channel. Like I said, a few videos back, I walked down the entire street, just took a quick tour of it if you guys want to see it. But I'm gonna keep walking down through here and see what I can show you guys. Okay, so right behind me, guys, is the oldest wooden schoolhouse in the United States. For any of you that care. I don't think this is the oldest schoolhouse. I think it's the oldest wooden schoolhouse, but don't quote me on that. Yeah. St. Augustine has a lot of firsts, I guess, because it is the first city in the United States. So imagine going to school back in the day in this, no air conditioning. Must have been horrible. A little history on the building. If you guys want to pause the video and read that. But yeah, I mean, I guess kids back in the day used to have to go to school in this, and now we got nice facilities. So anyways, we're gonna keep it moving. Right over at the end of St. George Street is the fort, the old fort, the Castillo de San Marcos, I believe it's called. And yeah, I'm gonna head over there, show you guys the fort real quick. All right, so right behind me, guys, is the Castillo de San Marcos fort. And this fort was basically here back in the day because, I don't know if you can see behind me, but that's the inlet over there that comes from the ocean. And I guess back in the day when this land was being attacked, the only real way that ships could come through here was through the inlet over here. So I guess this fort was built here so they could shoot their cannons and whatnot at the ships that were coming through before they could dock. Yeah, ancient warfare, you guys. But I guess that's what this fort was used for. I'm sure there's a lot more history to it. I believe back in the day it was built by the Spanish. The bricks that they used right here and on the fort, those bricks were actually mined a couple miles from here in the quarry down near the ocean. But yeah, I think it was built by the Spanish back in the day, and then at some point, I think in the 1800s, I believe, I think it was called the 7-Year War. Again, don't quote me on this, I'm not a history nerd, but I think the French took it over, and then at some point after that, somehow the United States has it now. If you want to do your research on it, go ahead. But yeah, we're at the fort right now. I think that you can, I'm gonna jump down from this wall real quick. Whoa, shit. Okay. So I think you can actually pay like $15 during the day to get a tour of the inside of it. I'm not gonna do that because I think I'm too early, but I'm just gonna walk around the side of it. So we are on the other side of the fort right now. As you can see, this is the inlet where the boats would come through if they were being attacked, or the ships. And now it's pretty much just taken up by sailboats. But yeah, actually one interesting thing that I heard from a local around here is that actually a lot of these people live on their sailboats year round. And what he told me was he'd maybe stay in St. Augustine for 6 months or something like that. And then if storms were coming or whatever, if he wanted to leave maybe to another docking place, then he'd just pack up and go. And he was basically sailing around Florida, maybe up to North Carolina, Georgia, you know, wherever he wanted to go to. And I guess there's a lot of people around here that do that, and they live on their boats year round, which is pretty cool. Not something I could do. I'm not really into sailing like that or being on the ocean. I don't know. Not really my cup of tea, but here's the front side of the fort. As you can imagine, I'm sure it was pretty hard to scale these walls here. Or even get past this fort with those cannons up top. You have the people with the artillery sitting in these holes up here. But yeah, Castillo de San Marcos. Just get one more shot of the inlet for you guys. But yeah, like I said, every one of these stones was actually mined from a quarry a couple miles from here. I believe it's just a state park and a camping site now, but still pretty cool. Now I'm gonna walk back to my car. It's kind of almost the end of the tour, really. Just a quick tour of St. Augustine. But, oh cool, here's a little cannon for you guys, where they set up one of the cannons. And let's check this out real quick. I guess they'd heat up the cannonballs until they glow. Wow, I didn't know they do that. So they'd glow make the cannonballs red hot and then shoot them at the other ship. And I guess the invention of the ironclad ships is what made this obsolete, which is actually pretty cool. I didn't know they used to do that with cannonballs. But I guess this is the furnace that they used to heat up the cannonballs in. Very interesting. So they'd roll them through there slowly, and they'd come out on this side red hot. And then I guess they take them over to the cannons either up there or right there, and then shoot them at the wooden boats. If it hit, then I guess it would possibly set the boat on fire. Just do more damage than a normal cannonball would be, but that sounds pretty scary to think about, getting hit with one of those. I can't imagine being on one of those boats, and there's nowhere to go either. It's not like you can just jump and run if you're coming from like France or who knows where they were coming from. But anyways, I guess it's just what they had to do for their country, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna take you guys to one more spot real quick. It's called Treasury Street, and I'm just gonna start walking over there right now, and then I'll see if there's anything else I want to show you guys along the way. But yeah, this is the Castillo de San Marcos. Look at the cute little baby cannons. Imagine being on the squad and then they put you on this one and your friend gets on the big boy over there. You get the little lame mini cannon. That's pretty funny. Oh, I guess the little one was for mortars, for high lobs. And then the medium length, and then the main cannon, which would shoot straight. That makes sense. It's still funny looking though. So right up here is Teeny Martini. And right up here is the Hilton. It's gonna cost you a little extra to stay right in downtown right here, but this is a really cool Hilton hotel. I'll stop by it for you guys just so you can see it. As you can see, it's right here in the center of downtown, basically. Right along the water. But yeah, so we're walking over here. I'm pulling up right now to Treasury Street, and I will show it to you guys right when we get over there. Alright, you guys, so this street that you see behind me right here, this is Treasury Street, and I'm gonna take a little walk down it with you guys. But I actually did some research before this, and apparently the street is 6 feet and 1 inch wide, and it is actually the narrowest street in the country, which is pretty interesting. Doesn't even look like a street to me, it just looks more like a pathway, but I guess it is a technical street. And back in the day, this is where the Spanish from the inlet over here, they would come from over there, and I guess this path would actually lead to the Treasury building, where they'd bring their gold and treasure chests, I guess, or whatnot. But yeah, I guess the Spanish back in the day, this is just how thin they built the streets, so they don't actually know why this street is so thin, other than that's just how the Spanish built things back in the day. But there is a myth that was going around, which I wish it was true, but it's actually not true, that this street was actually built 6 feet wide, just wide enough for 2 men and a treasure chest to walk through, but skinny enough so that a horse carriage could not follow them just in case they were being chased, which is a pretty good theory, although it was proven to not be true. But yeah, like I said, the Spanish didn't really name their streets back in the day like we do in America. So this street was named, I think, in 1820 by the Americans as Treasury Street, and it has really become a landmark of the city and of the country just because it is the narrowest street in the country. And yeah, I'm gonna take a little walk through for you guys from the beginning. So it starts over here. This is where the boats would come through, and they would come through this path right here down to the Treasury building, which I'm not sure which building that is, but I'm actually surprised it held up this much. I think these might be the actual original bricks that they put in as well. I mean, we're talking like 500 years ago, guys, so the fact that it's held up this long is actually pretty impressive. And they put some nice flowers and stuff along the street. Oh wow, look at this cactus. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's not very big. It leads into a full-size road over here, where they kind of rebuilt the city. The British and Americans kind of rebuilt it throughout the 1800s, I believe. But yeah, that's kind of the last stop I wanted to take you guys on. If I see anything else on the way back to my car, I'll make sure to show you guys and make note of it. But that is Treasury Street right there. And we will continue walking and head back to the car, and I'll show you guys some other stuff along the way. So we're back over where we started earlier, guys. Just to give you a point of reference. Oh, look at that. The ball's stuck. So there's one more little spot I want to show you guys on the way back to the car. I guess I'm learning today that this is the Florida National Guard headquarters. The St. Francis Barracks. I'm not sure how long this building has been here, but I will see if I can get some info on this for you guys. Alright, you guys, so we're heading back to the car right now. You know, there's obviously a lot more spots to see in St. Augustine if you're coming out here, but just wanted to do a quick stroll through the city. I think I walked probably like 3 or 4 miles, but yeah, that's about it. Those are the locations that are most prominent to me that I wanted to show you guys, but yeah, we're heading back to the car right now. Alright, you guys, so I just got back to the car. As you can see, I'm really starting to sweat, and it's not even 9 o'clock yet, so you know how it is in Florida. That's why I wanted to get out here early, so I can just beat, like, you know, the sun when it really comes above over your head, and just it would have been too hot. Not to mention, I don't know if you guys could hear, but there was a lot of people coming out, a lot of trucks coming through. The city was getting super busy by the time I started finishing up the walk, so I'm glad that we got it done early so I could just show you guys everything quietly, you know, no disturbances, and I was able to talk to the camera and you guys could hear everything, hopefully. But yeah, did probably like a 4 or 5 mile walk through the city, I'd say, maybe less, just from one side to the other and back. It's pretty small downtown. Obviously there's much more to St. Augustine than just the downtown, but this is pretty much, you know, this and St. Augustine Beach are pretty much the main attraction around here. And yeah, I hope I did a good job giving you guys just a quick tour through the city. If you guys want to see any more of this city, just let me know in the comments below. There's definitely a bunch more to show, especially of Flagler College, other historic sites in the city. There's a lot of stuff, really, guys. But anyways, if you're coming through here, I recommend, there's a trolley tour that goes through the city, and they take you to like every landmark, all the sightseeing landmarks. They tell you all the facts and stuff, which I didn't have, and I'm not going to do all that research. But if you're kind of a history nerd and you want to learn all that stuff, then I definitely recommend taking the trolley. But other than that, yeah, I think I pretty much showed most of what the city looks like, or at least hopefully gave you guys a good vibe of what St. Augustine is like. And yeah, I love the city, guys. It really reminds me of like an old medieval type vibe. I don't know why, but yeah, if you guys like this vlog, let me know in the comments below. Potentially, if you want, you know, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be coming out with more content like this in the future in other cities. I'm going to keep traveling around and seeing what I can come up with. But thank you guys so much for watching if you got this far. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.